be on the play.
Okay.
It's not bad. I will keep. Alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
5 so far? 6. Take 6.
I grab one of your dice, that's alright. Go ahead.
Okay.
Put 3 of them
Yeah.
there.
Alright. Take it.
19?
Yep.
Laundry inspector. That's you?
What's up? Stuck it here.
Alright. Go ahead.
I will protect her.
Alright.
Pass.
Yep.
Actually, alright, cleaned up. I think I probably stole a die to swing it out, but I could have exiled it. Completely forgot about that. I mean, I probably stole a die through the board state, but yeah, I forgot I had 2 of the exile graveyards. I would not have gotten rid of today, at least, but that was a mistake. That lamp club is so hard. I did not need 6 lamps. Yeah, I did not need 6 lamps in that.
Alright. Untap.
I opened with 2.
Stop.
I don't think it was that bad.
So one.
Do I count as having this resource if there's no equal there?
That's you?
That's up.
Yeah. You get that.
Make sure he understands that way. So you got still not put 2 for you, Amber.
Oh, I can't do one of these anyway.
I was trying at the end to see if this was
Pass it.
Oh, okay, so just heavy building.
Explain to him how force.
Bring the glory, bro. Yep. Trigger. Target. happens. I'll block the Bristling Hydra. Thingy for 1.
Yep.
I'll take 4. Go to 16.
I'll be on that point.
Nothing?
Yeah, pass.
Right there?
4.
Combustion. Shoot you for 1.
Yep.
Trigger. Let's see. I'll draw a card. I'll get this one back in.
Oh, try to figure out how to do. Let's see what you kept me off of. Kept me off this first one.
I'll sack this one. Make all these card cards. Trigger. I'll grab this one.
Yep.
And then grab it. One. 3.
Also 3. Yep.
Yep. Go ahead. Yep.
Are you ready? I'm willing to go around and play with
Comment?
Yeah, those were.
Yeah. Go braid it.
It just takes a long time when you're playing that.
Yep.
First.
I'll pick any of the items you saw.
Well, I guess I feel better about my I went last. All my games have been last. That game.
I'll block your thingy for 1.
And the best game, my best game was obviously the one I got.
Pass it.
The play on second, I should have won, but that was the second game. Yeah, I think we're going to be better. But when we both played it, we were playing with like not the right.
Yes.
Oh yeah, where you could just continually do the stuff, right? Yeah. Freaking dumb. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And I definitely didn't use my wrist. Or like, I would have just done that for 4 straight turns. You want to start this.
Like, you get the right one. Oh, it's awesome.
But that's what I was saying, is like, none of the ones in there.
It lets you,
Thank you for 1. Trigger, I'll get walking with spec.
You lose a life, right?
Yeah.
You spike.
what like you do. If you get to
I'll draw a card.
I literally got 6 of them.
Play for 1.
I literally took all of that. And it kept giving me that popularity. I was just, yeah, it was awful.
Upkeep. I see a great rip.
Yeah.
I can't ignore this.
It's not, it's just a wise word. You can just show me.
Are you down, Trevor? Even if he doesn't get it,
Well, he might go to 5.
Hey, that. This is the first one. Strike. He loses 1.
they're in their minute. They're still listening to this.
I like the expansion, so you might as well use it. Scythe is definitely more fun with more than 3 people. 3 people was kind of boring. Like, no offense. I like the game's interesting. I like the game.
And then Zerds.
The more than 3 people.
Does that have haste?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's
Very snowball, which is to say.
the more I play it, it feels very reliant on not your faction, but the heat that we
That was like the
which is weird.
That was the only game I put him on.
this would die. I'm trying to figure out anything about that.
Yeah, I feel like
Nope.
if you know how to use the what is it called?
3 red cards, including
This exerted.
Yeah.
Action cards, I guess. And I feel like if you know how to use action cards, your guy will win.
I can't really go into 5.
They help out there. Can you one?
Huh?
Just for what? Yep. I don't go up to 19. I got 9. I was like, wait.
Wow, Pegasus, wow.
Yeah, so good, man. Alright, untap. Drop.
Other than the red.
Red is a different reason.
Which you don't always want to ignore a lot of the
Yeah, I'll put 2 of these in front of this one.
But for everyone else, yeah, I definitely agree. It's a lot of it.
Lose life.
Figuring out what to do on the box.
Yeah. But I was saying, like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like, this game is
With-
not as fun playing.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better.
Three player is like fine. The winning play couple is like
Jump with what?
Oh, I forgot to get. I can get a mouse.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's fine.
one blister? I also get a lamp?
unfortunately, it felt like the player didn't more. If you understood what you needed to do,
Get it. The fact that it gives points.
in specific spots too. Yeah.
Like,
Man, isn't it?
almost every time that happens.
You're doing the one to get you the point. Yeah, because that's how. Yeah. That's what I should.
Upkeep trigger.
Trigger, put a -1 on this guy.
We'll just do this right. Do this one. Top.
Oh no. Yeah.
There's one. Yeah. They're like 5. They're like 3 different things.
Put a -1 camera on this guy.
If you're looking after this one, there's more going on. There's definitely more going on. It just looks like there's stuff going on.
I don't think you need more than
You have all this tiles and stuff.
I mean, the problem is my
Tree or that.
like the 3-mana retreat.
I'm kind of disappointed that like the term is like guys don't have to so you can put your mana too.
The fact that they did that one.
Yeah, it's so genius. Like
Really good.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be one. It's screwed in. Yeah, it would be. Like, oh,
I had to mold 5 for the game finally.
I'll grab a mouse back hand.
That's both of them.
No, I mean like game of 3.
Oh, that's 2.
Okay.
So I like this game.
He's playing a black deck. I'm not surprised at all.
I'll shoot her for 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done anything.
You're really good.
9? Yeah.
5, 6, 7. Okay.
I was like, we can see if he forgets.
I was like, how do we not throw it right now? Okay.
Alright, that was good. Yes.
So I haven't changed anything at all. So
Oh, what's...
You needed to try to burn out this option. Try to burn out this.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you take out for these?
One bird spell.
I was off last
I killed the first.
oh, you mean like you mean in general? Oh, you mean like what card?
No. Tracker's good. No, Tracker was the right answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you put in like a brown card instead of game trade? Remember some next round?
I never ran it anyway.
Oh,
So I played instead of lumbering calls. I played that.
running two.
The issue is getting blue, but so far it's been okay.
Yeah. I mean, you have a tune, so it's like for the most part you'll find your...
Yeah, unless I get an opening when I'm like, where's my blue?
Oh yeah, and he was like, please help.
Sorry, I just want to see what deck you're playing.
He's trying to figure it out. It's red green haste.
Red green ace.
It's like, some of these will tell me something.
What about you, Richard?
You win?
I'll give you
Arcade
this.
got me over here. I was like, I told him to stop. He wouldn't stop. Picking out Richard, that's all I want to see today. Dude, what? Yeah, that's how you do it.
I'm playing Teamer Energy, if you didn't know.
Keep this as well.
Alright, I'll start us off. I'll get an energy. Spend my energy for a green. Opportunity Ether. I'm gonna get a forest and I'll
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun game. Professor. Cut.
I broke his rule. I'm playing the Ram version, except they're not really Ram. That's the one that I actually like a lot. I was like, I was going to
serve it.
Yeah.
if you think about like if you consider that another type of game, I want to possibly so as long as you pay like one
Bad things are happening. Root by card.
Yeah. Opportunity Ether.
Yeah.
Land for turn. Pass.
Good try. Wow. It's the bestest. We're gonna play Loving Wild. Crack it and pass.
Your turn. I might have kept a one-lander, banking on that serving getting me there. We had the double attune, but like... I got played.
I kept 3 lands and 4 non-creature sets. And have only drawn this. My turn, right? Oh, there we go.
Hazaret, the creature that can't attack.
We're gonna pass turn.
Your turn.
Look at you. Alright.
When I get another land though, dude, you're down.
Strike you in the face. Comes up, keep twirling. Paste it out. Counter. Gonna come back.
Pay 3 energy.
Yep. You did. That's
Pay an energy. Hiker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you played the Merfolk. No, you played the Siren Higher. That one's like a different judge familiar.
You don't.
I think we do somehow.
Exactly. You don't even know what that card is. It's a green
You're right. I think we do.
Yep.
I played it once.
It's got like it's got some blood. It looks like it's Toho and Lee. Except you
In
have
phase
to
2?
play like all Nidalee. It's like all Nidalee area, except you don't have to play Nidalee. That was good. It's because he power spike is really easy. You just need the warrior enchant and you get Triforce, and that's your entire power spike.
Really?
No, you can't build tank after that. No. The problem is you're gonna lose eventually because you're playing Ezreal. You're literally playing a jungle that's gonna top out. No. They both work. Only the stronger one does damage. Both Only the stronger one. Oh, is it working? No. Okay, so here's how you play Ezreal. First item.
I don't know if this works the way I want it to work.
Second item. Rush. Make sure you have your stun attack, I believe is what it's called. And dual support. There you go. And get your slowed enemy. All of a sudden.
I'm doing next time I actually play League.
No, you're not doing that.
Yes, I am.
No, next time we're playing League, we're gonna try to hit Rob.
It's me! Alright.
Brandon tried. I gave him a nice challenge, okay? I put one loophole because some people try hard. So basically, if any teammate
Is that expertise on Bristol Hunter?
he has to follow it blindly.
Pay for unit?
But here's the restriction. Here's the biggest restriction. You're only allowed to buy completed items.
I get this. We won the game.
He wanted to.
That has to resolve to first
He
battle.
won his first play.
7 kills in the game.
And then he won by it.
And that is where Ben fucked us.
I don't care if you want to target the cub.
Basically, it's like, so think about it this way.
It's too late.
Okay.
Like, I told him he also has to, like, pretty much you have to dodge jungle because you can't start with machine. That's a component. You have to buy a component because you have your experience, yeah, you need the experience. Oh, you don't. Yeah, so basically, it's like, I actually watched this build. The man actually built.
In response to you paying with their energy?
That's a full item. That is legal.
That's our joint placement. The Infinity Edge.
Here's another fun fact. When I think about it, you can't buy refillable pot. You have to buy the other. So that's another thing. So it's basically we're saving
Lightning strike the Bristol Hunter.
Pay 3 energy again?
This is our challenge that he failed. He failed.
Wait, I want to do that.
So basically, here's our reason. We're not allowed to buy any components.
Yeah,
Oh, easy.
I
always do that. I never met.
Think of it this way. As a support, if you start like a door through your card play, no, you can't start with an income item. That's a component. That is a component.
That's okay.
I did. There's
Pass.
Buy a corrupting potion.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't buy the regular. That was fun.
with the
Wait, so I can still buy. I'm just gonna go like corrupting potion and then get like 5 cards. Wait, no.
No, there's still money.
Yeah.
Trigger to get 2 energy?
Yeah, that's the best part.
I'm just doing it.
Wait, it sounds hilarious. A lot of games.
Yeah, that's fine. But here's the other one.
How much gold you
Game
get?
2?
When your teammate finally notices what you're doing and gives you advice, you have to follow it blind.
But what if it's the 5?
Oh,
I actually know that.
oh, okay. It's my component, no, but if they're like, you can buy a seal before you take it, you can buy the seal. You're not allowed to be like, you can buy the seal and this.
They were asking
You can buy the seal before you're playing against them, but you don't know that you can buy the seal before the rapid fire game. You don't know that. No, you're not. Now there's some chatting allowed.
They got moved?
They did?
That's the prize table?
So you pretty much have to dodge them.
I was like, anyone can grab it. Let's take it. Turn loose and deck box there. I was like,
Now the reason why I came up with this.
That's what I wanted.
Like it might be easy for support. If we're like top lane, someone knows what he's doing by the lane. Someone will pull items. You should snowball that lane.
We're gonna carry those relentless.
I'm gonna pay an energy for a green. Heroic intervention.
In response, we're gonna.
Trigger to put energy on. Your turn?
I've won a game with some of his Europeans. This is my zero jungle. It's like 10 minutes in the game. He has 4 CS. He's been executing. He's so good. I was so upset. The thing is, but we can agree that you should never use your jungle, right? Like, I'm not crazy for I'm not crazy for being mad at that, right?
When you say anything,
They're individual piles except for the playboard. So they're shirts, hats.
so do you get all 4 play stuff?
You get the full play set of basic cards. So,
Or the particular play?
no, anything but the playboard.
Ah.
I just didn't want to set them directly on that table.
You know, I was saying how well, what condition mine was in?
So the options are 2 hats, shirts, sleeves. Very, very well. I think
You never have enough you never have too many t-shirts.
the highest.
I'm gonna harness lightning hazard and pay 0 energy.
I know Luis wants to win. He wants to win.
No, you're not supposed to win the challenge. The challenge is supposed to help you. The point is that you're supposed to win without you intentionally growing the game. Because you can actually blame this on the game now. Because that's how I check that league tutorial.
What's per all run of 4 hours?
Twice. 3 balls is worth about $8.
$8?
Yeah. Trevor Gunn, you won the raffle. Whenever you have a breaking point, you put something off the table over here.
Okay. Number 19. I'll keep this. Do you mind if I move my light photo over there?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's still oriented that same way.
Yes. That's fine.
The link's dead. Or it's old anyways. It still works.
Total of 18.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Donovan, your charge won't gun.
Pass.
I was like, alright, everyone stop.
Oh my gosh, what are you playing? Nothing. Scrap Heap Scoundrel. Combat trigger. Okay. Play 4 to destructible.
He was like this.
I have like the worst hand for this.
I only ever saw him probably that. And he, what? Yeah, but like. He never cast his spell.
Combat trigger? Mm-hmm. No, 17 feet, because of Sunswitch.
Yeah, you're right.
I keep forgetting that. And I'm going to play a defender and pass. Land for turn.
Where are they at though?
Combat cruise? 7? Yep.
4 or 5 in here.
Dick free. This show is 4 and 5.
Hydra. Trigger. Pass.
Yeah.
Crasher? Yeah. Combat. Trigger. No exit.
The energy in my life total are so close that
Damage?
Sure. 4?
Yeah, it'd be 4.
Got it. 12.
And then I'm done.
You got it. The glare is gone.
I was like, I don't think I'm
Weehole.
What's the trigger for?
That's a good ending.
Energy?
Why not?
I didn't recognize the promo. It's 2 energy, right?
No, just 1.
What's this +1?
Whenever one or more creatures deals combat damage to a player, I can draw a card, then discard a card.
So then, alright. And it's per attack or?
No, it just triggers if. Okay, if one or more. Oh, minus to make that 2/2 illusion?
Okay. You have a 2/2, a 1/1, and a 3/1.
Just thank you, you're my hero.
I don't know what to do. This is a very old matchup. I should know. Neither of these decks are new. Yeah.
Okay.
He said this is an old matchup. You should know how to play it. And I was like, yeah, neither of these decks are new.
That table 2 on camera, man. Yeah, just guy aggro versus.
Ramming up red. I mean, Jeskai aggro is new.
Yeah. You got a Jason. That's neat.
And a Donto Vanguard. You can call that guy a Dante.
2 cards in hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, you spent a couple extra dollars to get it.
Am I really gonna do this?
No.
Oh, no. It sounds creative. Oh, here we go. Yes.
What's your favorite?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You lost? What's that?
Smokers?
Yeah.
Quick?
Yeah, attacks. At you.
And then, yeah, and then you were targeting that for exert?
Yeah, and it's gone.
I did
Yeah,
have
so
a very
take 4?
good hand
Yep.
game 1 though.
Go to 8.
I hope you can't deal 10 to me. What was this? Alright, that's what that was.
Is that pressed flush against the side?
Alright, so that illusion's gone, right? Stellar ability?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Actually, the illusion does not do abilities.
Oh,
It's only target of a spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were you exerting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to not exert? It's fine if you don't want to.
I'm still exerting.
Okay.
I think I have to. Go ahead.
Makes you feel better? I didn't know that until I typed up the token and thought there was text missing.
I mean, illusions typically do have.
Illusions typically have the ability clause too. Those ones are just like uniquely. I guess. I know some of the illusions have that clause.
Better phantasmal bears.
Yeah, better phantasmal bears. Like if they're spending a spell to get rid of it anyways, it's not necessarily participating.
I mean, that's why I was using the ability, because it'd be...
Yeah, it's like Glory Bringer. Exert my guy, kill your thing. It's worth it.
Yeah, that would have been totally worth it.
I'll keep this.
Haste, right?
Haste is in place. Wait.
Comment?
Okay.
Oh, get rewarded.
You're in the clear. Do what you need to do.
Gonna make a treasure. Yeah, back there for 10.
Oh, I'm not gonna start at 5.
Yep.
I hate that D-Twin 10s are not sorted correctly. Yep. They need to be better sorted.
4 lands. Oh. I wouldn't have been able to play anyways. Destroyed me though.
It was close.
Sure. I don't think this is built properly for this matchup. I mean, considering what I'm taking out, I know it's not built properly. These are in the stack.
Yes.
It's pretty fun. Usually,
the point is, I can like I do a pack.
So a lot of people come here for all drinks, bring beer and stuff. Have a good time.
I really should press the door. Alright, I got this. You can see like because he proxy cards you put the card on the back of the card.
I'll be on the play.
Read damage. +1/+1 counter. 5 at Gideon. 2 at you. Sorry, I was slow to playing that. Sorry, the other way. Go to 81! Pass. That'd be pretty good.
So I just gotta be wrong.
No worries. I have no idea what I'm doing for today. I'm saying like I didn't see any red creatures. Mana. I bet he has a Standard. I'm gonna hate myself with what I wanted to bring in. I didn't.
Before you walk. Appetite for the unnatural. Does that do? Destroys it and I gain 2 life.
Are you taking out 15?
Don't worry about it.
Let's go.
Do you want to walk?
Hopefully I don't play that vampire again.
Full vampire.
The 3/1 when you're attacking.
Oh, yeah.
That
I forgot it was in the vampire. Yeah, that's really good.
I mean, I like that card. That's literally the
These
only
two?
keeping me in mono white for Andrew.
Life goes on?
Huh?
Gain 8.
That card's a real deal.
Yeah, like it got spoiled.
Destroyed me.
Yeah.
It got spoiled, and I like sent him a screenshot. And I was like, "Can we play white now?"
I just replied like, I'm gonna lose this card every time.
That card
That's what made me
destroyed
make the deck list. Like you sent me that, and I was like, I have to do this right now. Like I have to work. I'll die if I
Well, no,
don't.
you were the first one to call. I posted it, and I was like, "Is this card good?" And then you just sent a deck list like 10 minutes later. I was like, "Oh, I guess it's."
The card is insane. Dude. It's Borderland Marauder with like upside.
And this is the keep one.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and start writing down your electronic.
I'll block back. Take 6.
One this hand be so much better than it is. I don't want to know it. So, whoa, your turn.
Alright. Well, you're ready.
Yeah.
Combat. 9.
Alright, you good?
Trigger that guy. I'm gonna go get a mountain and I'll pass the turn. Watley.
What is that card?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Watley.
Wally?
Watley. Huatli. I forgot to bring anything there. Do we have anything to be beast tokens?
Yeah, they're in there. I think they're the sleeve ones at the bottom.
No blocks. Either up. Combat. Yeah. You?
I have 3.
They haven't done lands in the second set.
President? No cards.
I have to remember spell pierce exists.
Okay, you take 2. 2.
You dice?
Your turn.
Card open? You have red blue open? Crasher? Move to combat. Declare attack. Here, trigger on the stack, no exert. The results?
No blocks.
Who can hit? Yep, down to 11. I'm good. Pressure dice.
I've been playing the phone game. We saw it.
Yeah.
The online doesn't
That's
work.
it. Upkeep and draw.
The online doesn't work.
Anything draw set?
I never lost data.
Runes?
I'll sacrifice. Pass turn.
Shock you. Combat? Trigger? Results? Yes. Alright.
Clear, you started my deck. I got your deck.
It's 9.
Okay.
Second.
It's like I don't have pro either.
No, there's a lot of times over 5. Well, the last 2 printings of all. Green, white, red,
no more.
11? Yep.
No minus? Alright. Plus pillage, and you have 3 in hand?
Crack paper rolling once. Pass.
Probably.
Still killing. Wow. How are you?
Shock you. Take 1 to do so.
We're on the board.
And you're down to 5, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep. 7.
Drop you to 4.
Dinosaur.
Sorry for 1 in the
You
end.
didn't make enough dinosaurs.
Down to 3.
They made 3, dude. What do you want from me?
And I am done for the turn.
Donovan knows.
Got enough dinosaurs.
What?
Okay.
That was pretty funny. Like the
Okay.
Vindicators.
Okay.
Over ice like that's a little bit.
One. They can't block. Expert, both of them. Response.
He's like half robot.
Watley's so good. I like her.
No response.
Are you playing 2?
2.
Yeah, I'm playing it 2-2 split
No
machine.
response.
I was like, Watley's good enough for this deck. I know. The deck is
I didn't realize the dinosaurs had trample till I made the tokens.
They have trample?
We have
Yes,
trample.
they have trample. They have trample. I think I
probably
cited
could've-
out the wrong things.
It's weird because their ultimate makes things not able to block, but they already have trample, so like,
For the other things that don't have trample.
are y'all going to game 3?
Yes.
No.
On 3. Good luck.
You too.
Let's destroy each other.
I mean, either way, it won't take that many turns.
You're right. You're right. This is the beauty of playing standard. You don't have to think.
Right?
You just turn it sideways.
I hate this hand so much. Let's go for it.
I don't think I can keep this, but I don't think I can mulligan it either.
Yeah, it's 100% how I feel.
We're good.
Alright.
What?
That is my life total. Let's change yours. Your turn.
You know what I've done for the past 2 games?
Take me for 2.
Yep. I have you at 18, and I'm at 19.
Yeah.
And I have a trigger that I can't miss. Go ahead.
Come on.
Yep.
Good turn. Oh no.
Can't block.
Yeah.
Trigger. In for 3.
Yeah. 15?
Yep. Where's the 5?
I'm on the 5 game 1.
Go ahead.
Suck.
Oh, okay.
I wanted one more later than last time.
I'm going to read.
Yeah.
Enter ETB tapped. Alright. Yep. Yep. I'm down to 17. Alright. Alright. I need to trust Matt's deck.
We got there.
1?
Yeah.
Trigger. Coming in for 3.
Yeah.
Drops you to 12. 12-17, pass turn. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Yeah.
Move to combat. Declare attacks. Here. Trigger.
Yeah.
Trigger results.
Lucky?
You have no red?
No.
Alright. Before damage. Activate. 2 mountains. Move to damage.
Yeah.
3 comes through.
Yeah.
Drops you to 9.
Sideboard meeting. Trainer and I came up with like this great idea.
In turn.
They're like, it sucks doing the start. But basically, he did it as ADC. He like fed the base. And he still the base fed, and he had like, and Brandon like was sitting down on some base. He was like,
Good job.
My turn?
Yeah.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
oh my god.
2 islands.
Yep.
Whoa. I thought he was just throwing away in force.
I'm going to move to combat. Stop targeting. Crush it does. Shock you. Combat. Aim for 3. I block this one? Alright, so that dies when 1 comes through. Dropping you to 8. Second main. Go ahead.
Lower than average roll because jungle will catch up.
Does matchup stop? As far as up top right now?
Yes.
Here's the problem with jungle. Okay, so
I got used.
what you can do is jungle, you can go game, get push one, fail all of them. Go back to your jungle. Yeah, you'll still be equal with your opposing jungler, except maybe you'll be like 5 people down.
Jace. Alright, you have a bear. Ping you to 7.
Yeah.
Bowman Courier. Declare combat. And I have a Rangabon. You got me?
Are you looking for one of mine?
No,
Here you are.
Get out of here.
Total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. Trigger on the side. Forgot to
I'm
say.
just kind of looking at it. I'll get there later.
Trigger's off.
Trigger's off.
Do their minions So the minions should reset the jungle.
Yeah, you got it.
You got it.
Yeah, good games.
sorry. Alright,
Can I take the match?
no. That's my old
Hey, Fatal Push or full form Panharmonicons?
I got it.
2 Explorers.
2 Explorers.
That pile's technically the most valuable.
I'll be on the point.
The Panharmonicon.
That's a good card, though.
It's a good card.
But this is 2 I actually don't have regular Panharmonicons, so I don't have a foil one.
Okay, everyone. Yeah, we're ready to start. Y'all 15 minutes, go have fun.
Good.
You guys all want to be a team on some rain game, and then we get to go on 16. Yes. Wolster. So, that's the Wolster.
Trigger, trigger. Yep. Down to 17.
Exploring kind of draws you cards, and then other guys gain you life when you like explore out.
It's attack, gain life, right?
You move up +1/+1 counter. Or -1/-1 counter. Yep.
That's what I want to draw.
It's a 1/1 right now, correct?
Yes.
Combat? Trigger, trigger.
Three?
Yep.
Go to 14.
Yeah. No, it was a joke where like I love it. I love free trial week on City Heroes, and they're like, welcome Darth Vader.
Combat.
Darth Vader mask, the claws, and the
Swing.
Darth
Cut.
what else? That Jihad? It's a real Middle Eastern.
Untap. Draw.
Okay, maybe it's a spoon bill. See, there he's a hero. Remember,
Combat.
it's people's fate.
This is a 2/2 right now. Will become a 3/3 on attack.
Yes.
Shipping it all.
Oh, not the Avenger. The Vindicator.
No exerts. 1. So total of 6.
Take 6.
Down to 9.
9.
Go ahead.
Combat.
Cut.
3.
Up to 10. And I'm down to 15.
So I figured out, like,
Because I took 2, then 3.
and then we figured out the problem. We opened up the hood, and it turns out the battery's Voltron. So we're like, that's why.
Cut.
That's apparently a real battery brand. Omega dash Tron.
Pass.
Cards in hand? 4.
Yellow dragons.
Courier? Trigger, trigger. I'm coming in for a total of 3.
No locks.
Alright. Down to 7. And then I passed her.
End of turn cycle.
Alright.
1, 2, 5, 6, 7.
face down.
Right.
18.
I know that's not how it's played, but I was legitimately thinking, I was like, wait, what? I was like, doesn't Exile undergo that carrier, so technically because he's not there, he went. In Yu-Gi-Oh, that's how it would work, right? Because he's technically not there, so you can't do it.
Scarab God?
Scorpion God.
Scorpion God, sorry. Yeah.
Combat.
Alright.
Your turn.
It can block and attack, right?
Yep.
Well, that is going to be very sad. I'm attacking here, just for one. Alright, trigger.
Yeah.
And
Pay sec.
I mean, a 1-mana drop by isn't bad enough.
Yep.
Weird how that works.
one to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Piano left.
Mm-hmm.
Keep.
Pass turn. Alright.
6.
Cards in hand?
4.
And that does not have trample at the moment, right?
No. Yep. And I'll pay 3, put a -1/-1 counter on this up there. I'll draw card.
Yep.
I'll pay 3, put a -1/-1 counter.
Yep.
Draw card. Pass.
You got it.
That was game 1?
Yep.
Yes.
Luis knows what time it is.
Having to toss those 2 Hazards and a Chandra. I was hoping the top deck would land and just start bashing with. I think that was, those were all the Chandras and Hazards in the deck.
I believe it, dude.
I'll keep.
Alright.
Or, yeah, scry.
Oh, you're scrying?
Yeah.
I forgot about the scry too. No worries.
I'll keep.
I have a mountain and pass it.
Draw. Go.
I'm going to ping you for 1, down to 19.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast our Shaker Kendra.
Yep. I'll cut.
Cut.
Pass.
Crasher.
Mm-hmm. Take 3.
Down to 14. Yep. Pass turn. before end of turn.
Is it Obelisk Spider?
Yes.
Scared God is pretty great. Pitch two to you.
Interesting.
Yeah, 13, right?
4 cards in hand.
4 cards.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Take 1.
Yep.
Trigger.
Coming in for 4.
Take 4. Go to 10.
Yes, sir. Your turn.
That's it.
That's just like really. I think that's really gonna just end me, right? A part of me was like, you didn't get the quick 1 drop, so you only got 1 drop.
Channel initiate. Generous. Pass.
Yeah, because you didn't get enough creatures. But they were all like coming in.
Yeah, they're all pull this kind of
Trigger.
Yep. As well.
They took 2 cards because they had to get all over. Like, ready for the struggle to survive. It's like, I actually kind of got really lucky when I played the because I was like, I had no way of getting a break out.
Oh, yeah, they just really just lost one.
Second.
No, it's because I braided him, which allowed me to actually to attack. Because I don't think I would have gotten down to 1 card.
Your turn.
I'll braid him so late.
He doesn't want to take it.
You didn't have creatures and you had a brace second.
Got a combo?
Then I probably had to have braided on as red play.
Yes, he doesn't want to take
Come back.
3 up something else.
No.
You can reserve for the
But yeah, it was like every one of my haste creatures, like that's cool. Way to just negate an entire.
Where is it?
Yeah,
I guess the code is only on the dinosaurs.
no, there's another dinosaur that does that too, right? The one that's like, whenever a dinosaur enters the battlefield, it gains life equal to its toughness or something.
I don't think a billion yet. I think about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That was what I needed.
1 card in hand.
1 card.
Either see your house.
Okay.
Trigger. I'll have 2 energy.
Yep.
Pass.
Similar card?
That deck works really well in modern.
It's like
But didn't it? Oh, I think part of the reason it did so well was
It's crew 1, right?
I think someone's like they were people weren't prepared for that one. It's like 4 mana, deal 4 damage, and take 2. Yeah, they're like no one's really prepared for that card because no one's seen that card.
Combat.
So no
Here's
one's
Zeb's
ready for
expertise
burn.
targeting
Hopefully
channel
they
on
have
this
a
shit.
burn spell.
And if it spawns, I'll crew.
Alright.
That's before attackers or something? Okay.
But yeah, I heard it did pretty good. Like
Nothing
the
to
first
play.
one it did because people weren't
Firing
expecting
attacker?
it.
there's a model
For a card?
Combat.
It was the model version that I saw. Or that I called
Coming in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 total.
I like it when.
Do you gain the life off of this?
Sorry?
Did you gain the life off of this?
Yes, I did, and I'm up to 20.
I need more. My deck's coming out left field pretty decent, but
Yeah, Rangavon's coming in.
Yeah.
We also just take 3 this time. Or use a reserve card. Or we can buy a card. I can't buy a card. I actually think you should probably buy this. No, it's card.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, I'll block here.
Blocking there. Before damage.
Yeah.
Discard nothing. I'm down to 19 because of ramming up.
Alright, move to damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. I'll go to 3.
Yep. That doesn't exist right now.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought you paid 2 and I was confused. Didn't you have 3 in you?
What is it?
Yeah. That was the one thing that was keeping everything from going off.
Simpler? Okay. 3 camera soldiers.
Oh, he can spend it. Yes.
Crew.
Alright.
Combat.
Alright.
You can do it?
Trigger.
Yep. Up to 4. Bit of damage.
No blocks.
Yeah.
Give this like
Alright. Up to 7.
Alright.
Or you so you took
1, 2, 3, so 6. I'm down to 13.
So you take 6.
So you can discard your hand.
So you just take them on the monster.
Oh, Richard.
What would you... No, it just changed on the pad when I just went to attack. Oh, okay. I thought you were taking...
You're on the play
damage.
and you just go
That's
you're on turn 4, so you could have gone land every turn and gone down to
Chandra? 1 card in hand?
I don't know what you draw. I know
No, I forgot you were fine.
It's a back play? Oh, yeah, you have 1 card. So that's easy.
We're going to plus to exile.
This deck only
Could you?
go to 5.
That actually wouldn't be bad though, like if 1 drops are solid, like that's actually not it's like you do like Tomac Carrier Warrior, then turn 2, maybe you can drop like 2 of those 2s.
If I go like turn 1 and turn you put the card back in.
Yeah,
Turn 2 it gives me extra mana on turn 2.
Move to combat.
And 4?
Yep.
Appetite.
The only thing I can play with is
Gain 2.
No blocks.
Damage.
Yep. Go to 2.
I'm thinking it's the one that cuts.
That's true.
14. I could probably play 4. Or if my opponent plays into one of
Yes, sir. Good.
I like how they're not like they're not like the gods, but they're not creatures. So technically, yeah, bonus can proc off it has already if has already attack. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Yeah, I kind of want to like I don't think it's really but I really want to like Grace's Pirate self-sustained where like the treasure is I figured like none of the pirates are getting efficient as long as you consider the fact that one of the treasures
Yeah.
Crew.
Alright.
What a comment?
Alright.
Swing these 2 at Chandra and this one at you.
These 2 at Chandra, that one at me?
Yes. So triggers. Gain 4. Go to 4.
So you're sitting at 4 before blockers.
I just like the pirate.
And 4 is coming at me?
Force at you.
Right here. Oh, yeah.
Oh wait.
That's it.
I'll give this life link.
Alright, so Chandra drops to 2. You were at 7. And you're tapped out?
Yep.
Whenever pirate goes back
Did you win? I didn't know you had to pay for a lot. And I was like, really? That actually like all screwed think about right now. I mean, something you need to get there like even like I was gonna do that at first, but I was like, the fact that or 3 makes it really loser. Yeah, that'd be a great one. That's what Matt was saying. I could have saved that break.
I don't even know where you got that picture from.
Sam can't beat you wait 2 games like if I read the card.
Me with that.
I'll keep.
Yeah,
Yep, it's great.
You're too good. 1 out of 1. Yeah.
In my green shirt.
I don't think there's enough. Like in sport.
I don't think so.
I've only had like your.
Is that when we were pumpkin cards?
Mage, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
I just scoured through my Dropbox too.
Oh no. Swing for 1.
Take 1. You sure?
It's like almost it's comparable to Elder Ghost. But not that. It's situational.
5.
Take 5. Go to 14.
Yeah, 1 put 8 there, and it doesn't matter what top card.
Pass.
Oh my bad.
Grasp rotated, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's better chances.
You gotta block the point.
That's true, but that's sorcery speed. Well, my courier, you're at 14?
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to like totally pass them.
Lightning strike you?
Yep. 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Go to 2.
Go ahead.
Cycle.
Alright.
You got it.
2-1 my favorite.
That's all I keep moving. Can't lie.
Just needed to draw a color.
There's so much like, dude, there's like that 5-mana pirate. I think it's like it's a 4/4 and your opponent takes double damage. It's a 4/4 and your opponent takes double damage with all like sources. And then there's another card. It's a 3-mana steal 1.
Just a moment. I didn't change the composition of the deck at all. I didn't change the deck at all. He had carries that name.
Oh, I didn't see what the card was.
My cycle was really bad. I got the
Basically what you're saying is you're taking
So what do you
the one-on-one guy I mean, like, for a second.
thought you were higher than me.
Better against Maybe should have played around this instead of wasn't like take it all the way out of it. It also a bunch of there was a bunch of moves too. So
Is it a word find? Yeah, just finding words.
3 cards? 4 cards.
Well, you give them a list of words that you have. So if you want, you can just like type up a list of words you think is going to be in there.
it has nothing to do with Monopoly. Oh, just got 4. I'll be shortly after.
You guys play Travis yet?
Got a combo?
Whoa. Ranking on Sonic. Ranking on Sonic, dude. Have you seen the animated show? Sonic Boom, the new one? So Sonic Boom is like basically what they did was they took the Monopoly and actually made him bigger, like beefier, and they dropped his IQ to like 0. He's the greatest character ever. Like it's so the show makes fun of itself too. Like that. Like there's this one point where like Eggman needs like a little rubber gasket, so a little ring, and it's like and he steals it. It's just like he swipes it and it's just like man, getting rings. Oh, yeah. Like I make fun of like every single. I make fun of almost every single song. And Knuckles is like so dumb. He's fully aware of it. How did you, one time this little girl asked him, like, so how did you, like, get that body? He's like, all upper body.
Pure fucking shit.
Which one? 3? 13?
I do believe that only 2 people are now.
Is there ever an axe murder in the Big Brother house? Someone gets axed. Where's that? Alright. Y'all didn't do what I wanted, so I'm not taking it. Especially not this one. Ask for one thing. Ask for one thing. Woke up.
Counter. Come.
Woke up and asked. Don't know what you want.
Yep.
That's a
Faster.
Oh, tilt.
Friday night.
I'm already
Well, unless they wanted.
Oh, there's her.
Really?
I mean, no, it's not actually.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things we get from people. Because I found so many of the people's names that are playing this game. Yes, you can get pretty much guess everyone in house. Because there's no penalty for guessing solid. But you have to put it in. Yes.
Airship.
Is Lisa something who's
Weird and probably terrible.
I mean, if I'm cold, then I went ahead and crossed it off because of Megan.
That's probably amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Combat.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's my favorite kind of ice cream.
So do I do Wade or Wade?
I've not tried that. I've heard about it.
Oh, what's a miss? Is that a big? Dude, I don't know.
Oh, that one is supposed to be sweet. That's what I wanted to play. It's a really complicated one though.
Oh, for the yeah. Seriously, put in the entire.
Where'd you see it?
I got numbered list of dictionaries and everything.
Oh, it's over. Oh yeah.
All the people that are playing the game.
It's not alphabetical.
Yeah, it's like just message people and like they can be like, what's your middle name?
This is one I've been wanting to play, but I have no idea how to play it.
I'm like missing all
Out of black.
Put it in Excel. Double-sided. Copy paste.
Then you go and get the sea monster game. No, I'm helping you. I'm not giving you any kind of drive out now. If you play that one. I want that card.
Alright.
We both know that round is the worst round.
that interest.
It is the weirdest round.
I just realized that car is also here, but like I just
Teach
do that.
yourself how to play this game.
Okay. So do I put car twice?
There's also a little
Double word.
they don't have someone that's done it before. Oh my gosh, they look it's the key to the abyss.
What? The same words, you get those word numbers, right?
Save date, go up. Super secret.
Girls? Yeah. It's an underwater game. Figuring that out. I'm doing the setup. I am on step 2, so.
You learned our lesson. This guy, I'm not afraid of this guy here.
I only play red ever.
Oh, you're back in standard? Mono red's back?
I'll be on the play.
Okay.
This is a keep for me.
You just want to show off new cards in the stream and yell at them.
Well, you shouldn't have put such a good prize on the line then.
Honestly? Yeah?
Yeah.
Your opponents can only purchase one ally during
I didn't play.
Can I get 3 more points for not having a full slot?
Go ahead. Oh, do it.
Do I want to win? I'll keep. Probably. But I want to keep this hand.
This is what happens when you mysteries cards in your hand.
This hand's good as long as these aren't the cards that get passed.
I get this hand against mono red.
So it's 4 total. Go ahead.
Trigger, energy, use it, pain 1.
So it does start that way and move this way.
Get in.
Alright. Where'd the ping come from? Okay.
And then you gain 1 point. So that's why this is
What's the event? Bubble? Doesn't deal damage?
No damage.
Alright. Screwing? Alright, 4.
If the revealed card is unlocked, fight the monster or keep exploring. If you decide to fight, victory is automatic as a monster in this card. You get a reward shown on the threat
Oh, I'm swinging at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You assign 5 skill. Take 1.
Yep. Go ahead.
You assign
On the first space, it's a pearl or a monster token.
Bubble?
Then it's 2 pearls or 1 pearl, 1 monster token, or 2 monster tokens. 1 key plus 1 of those. What's that? Okay.
Spit someone?
Yeah, we have a neat little when a monster is revealed on the last place of the exploit. Oh, you can keep exploring as an option. If you decide to keep exploring, move the threat target up 1. Okay, so that's how this works. So, if you see a monster, you're like, screw that, I'm going to keep exploring. Then somebody that defeats another monster later on gets a better reward. Can that make sense? Okay.
Put it on one of these.
End of exploration. Once you've decided to either add an ally to your hand or find a
Here? No, sir.
And enter.
Go ahead.
This part of the board called console, and monsters are put in the discard pile.
2 in hand. Let's go, Matt, right?
Or you can roll the cards from one of these stacks without looking at them and adding them to your hand.
What did you drop?
So you either get cards by exploring, finding monsters, or
I was like, actually,
marking cards.
We just need to cut these.
you get all of them. I'm like, yeah, we'll either have it. I got it right.
Hold on, you got recruiting award. This is the last one.
I got it, boy.
So there's these cards down here.
Whatever.
Okay, we got name.
Can't block.
Cost is in the lower left.
Sack for 3. Where is it? Go ahead.
Yeah, looks like it.
1 card.
That's the action. Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's 6 of these.
You have to pay 6 of those cards.
So you just like, get rid of snake and get
This looks like pearls in addition.
Okay, see in the lower left corner, the cost. Total number of bubbles exact.
blue.
The exact number of different race types required. The large bubble indicates mandatory race, but the smaller bubbles. Okay, so you have to spend at least 2 cards here. Or 3 cards, and one of them must be a crap.
No, I can't make it.
And then the number is the total value of that. That's where the numbers on those cards come in. Then, lower right, we have the Lord's Power. It's marked with an arrow, supply only once when it's recruited. If there's no arrow, it's semi-permanent. It lasts until the Lord is used to control a location, in which case the power is hidden by the location. Some Lord's key symbol, which is used to control a location. Finally, each Lord will be
Untap. Draw.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I also took out Dream. I didn't want to sit there and look at a big one.
available. The card must play enough hours to use cost. You must pay the exact number of different races required, more or less. All monsters of the same race. No ally may be.
Ribbons
So like,
for
you have to
14.
play this many cards.
Put out those 70s, then with those 30s.
You have to play 7 values of at least 2 cards. And 1 each.
Had all blue cards in no islands. Oh. Rover Finers and Roller Virtuosos. I was like, I'll just draw mostly green burns.
Exact number of different races. So like, you must spend 2 cards that have at least 7. Or 3 cards that have at least 6. One must not get experience share. But can I spend 3 cards?
Combat.
Like this, and
Like, can you spend 3 cards for the secret? I don't believe so. But you can spend 2 crabs. So you can spend 2 crabs.
Shoot dead. 1 3.
Play multiple allies in the same race.
There's Crocodile. They could have it, but it doesn't let you use half the time for your people. Creatures going tap.
so you just put one.
Go ahead.
You know, but like, it's not that is not a value deck. It's not what that is.
That's your attack? 2 cards in hand?
2.
The pump's at instant speed, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Total number of bubbles is the exact number of different races required. Do they need different cards?
Yep.
The large bubble is mandatory. The smaller the different races look.
I think
So I think it's 3 different races. So you can play multiple elements in the same race. Okay, now I got it. So you can play 4 cards.
Damage goes through? Like, these 2 first? Right. Alright.
Looks like the ones that do not have arrow are key ones, so we're going to use them by location.
I would rather
Yep.
Do we ever get our thingy?
No.
Or still?
Let me cut those handles out. Are y'all going to game 2 or 3? You want to get more? Switch to table 2.
I punted on the Zev turn 2.
Switch to table 2.
What? Okay. I'm on against it. Yeah, no way. Yeah. Mind if I scry if I'm going to shuffle my library before I draw? What are the buttons?
Okay, so the lowest cost you spend, stays face up with you, and you get influence points.
I'm going to get a mountain wall.
No, you don't do that. Before you go for the kill, it's like,
means you get the power when it comes over.
I'll just your opponent's in a situation where you can double puzzle. I'm sorry, I never had how stuff works.
You could even drop one of these because if you had the puzzle time, it's
So, I'm your Sugar Lord, everything slides to the right. So the 1, 2 sleepers are close to the top.
3, 4.
If there's at least 2 cards left, they're not replaced. There are only 2 boards, gain 2 pearls. So it should be, yeah. So if you buy the 4th board, you get 2 pearls. Or no, you must go all on 2 sleepers. So, okay. So basically, if there's 3 here, you can cash the pearls at the start of your turn to fill them up. Or, if
Oops,
you buy
played the wrong way, so I guess we're playing that
then
spell.
the whole lineup gets refreshed for free.
It's important though.
Yeah, y'all play first.
Oh yeah, we ended up as 3 and 4, 2 and 3. I mean.
No, we're still 1 and 2.
Yeah, we will still be 1 and 2.
So we
It's
need,
all on breakers.
so if you win in the first round,
The mic in here, y'all just
then whoever won.
Doesn't matter too much. They want to see the matchup they've seen 100 times, don't they?
I'm on camera with you right now.
Alright.
Send us what they're watching some good old fashioned green red X.
I'll be on the play. I'm not playing Jund.
if those were, if one of those was a plane, I'd be super good.
I was sitting on one mountain. I mean, I have a single one costed card.
Yeah. But he had the official token.
He's trying to be like SCG, where he uses his own special tokens.
I'm letting them keep their Pokemon energy on their side, so that's just like slapping their motion.
Oh my, that's a lot of energy.
It's almost like he's running a deck made to make it.
Combat. Yep. 4.
Down to 6.
Down to 6.
Yes, I have a mountain. I will as well.
I would make more Thopters, but
Like holding
there's
this
only
thing,
2 here,
over
so
here. Best way to block that one.
I guess
Go ahead.
I'll make 4 Thopters.
Some lords have 3 keys, which allows them to allocate all themselves.
I'm gonna switch back to table 1.
Both multi 6.
Go ahead.
Don't tell me. Tell the Michael.
Or a player recruits a lord and the card needs to be refilled, but there are not enough lord cards.
True.
And run out of lord cards to completely refill the card.
Alright.
2.
Yep, down to 17.
Everybody else gets to take one last turn. And then finally each player puts the lowest value ally and free to still hold it in hand.
DNLR.
Puts them down face up to the point.
He hasn't ran over here and slapped this top off over here yet. Yeah.
Were you talking about buying lords? Okay.
So do you just select 3 life out the blockers?
Okay. So you review it. I am not going to lie on
Crazy man.
Okay.
It is 4.
Let's make mistakes.
Duress? Alright.
Get on the team.
The first one you buy is on per. Oh, that's right.
Bubble.
Alright.
Triggers.
Triggers go.
3. You paid 3 energy. 3 energy. Oh, I thought you said 2 energy. No, 3. Take 1? Huh?
Wait, I can still block and take no damage, right? I can still block with this, right? Yeah, so I'm doing that then.
You keep going until you get one, or you get to one. None of us have 2.
Go ahead.
Alright, my turn.
Your turn.
I'm gonna start
Alright. Alright. Take 1 to do it. Because I tap poorly. Go ahead.
exactly how this pearl thing is. I kind of want to do this
When it gets to that,
you just must add that.
you get the pearl.
And then you go pearl.
You take a total of 8. Wait, did you bubble? No, you didn't. You take a total of 8. Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep going.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, now I
Found the dragon.
First time all night.
We all are going to game 3?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to switch back over to table 2.
Serve it?
That was rough.
We played our entire game and they've.
What is that?
I'll
Blurred
practice
out
for
card.
first.
It's a channeler.
And I'll pass.
Please stop, Matt. I'm terrified of knocking it over.
I'll still make it in a second.
She helped me pick one out. I think she picked this one out. I have no idea where.
I know, I think I bought the belt, but she didn't change cards though.
Alright, game 3.
Game 3.
Stand.
I smell patty melt.
Who?
See, I see pizza.
I smell a patty melt.
I see pizza
I
and
know where
pasta.
I'm going once we're done with this.
What do you? He smells a patty milk.
Good luck. Have
Good
fun.
luck.
You be on the play?
I'm on the play.
Yep.
I'm good until we get to the vacation. So I don't understand which ones we
Okay. Yep. Yep.
19?
Yep.
That was easy. So when you choose to do this instead of either of these, you choose either one of the face-up ones or one of these face or 1, 2, 3 or 4.
Probably a waste. Okay, take it down. Go ahead.
Yes, but they cost 3.
Here comes Scrounger.
Is it really? Okay.
No, close enough.
Back to table 1.
We've only played a couple turns. Can't block. Attack for 2. Go ahead. That's a problem.
So these ones only have immediate, so you just cover all of them.
5? Oh yeah.
Cover the ones that have keys.
That drops me to 14. Come on, Daddy needs an abrade.
Covering them up every time you get 3 keys, so it doesn't matter. It's either the speed ones or the key ones.
Attack for 2. Go ahead.
So either stacks or score.
You crewing, bro?
So the key thing is just.
Oh, it's hard to key in. Of course you are.
Bubble.
Yeah.
5?
Yep.
4?
Down to 10. It's gonna go real quick. Real quick. You got it. Can't cast anything in my hand.
Could have happened to me.
It's table 2.
No, yeah.
Or, yeah. Horrendous glare that people were talking about as I stepped away.
Y'all are in game 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Ben, sorry.
My game plan may have been flawed, but
I think mine was too. Like, the Chandras felt a bit slow, even though she got me that first game. Like, overall, like, it's a really expensive remove.
yeah.
Cut is sorcery speed, and PO is not really all that good right now.
Did I hear?
Your turn.
Did I hear? Did I hear?
Did I stun?
Did I hear play that blue enchantment and play
Yeah, I got it.
I decided in removal.
It's a frontier game. I was like, it's game vampire.
Is y'all's match over?
Y'all go to game 3?
Yeah.
We played our last 2 games in the middle of your second game.
You're fine.
Granted,
I'm just borrowing y'all's life counter since we're on the stream.
So, that's actually perfect. Okay, I was gonna say, this camera is different than the other ones. It's from Donovan's perspective. So that's just the way that one works. I don't normally use it as an overhead.
So it's like,
Yeah. Like,
Do you want us to
you
like?
can still tell what's going on, which is weird.
Okay.
That's actually better.
Okay.
It's clear who's whose. You can read that.
So the lowest cost one is the one that we reveal.
Like I got all this negate. I think those are what got me there.
I'm not sideboard card set.
Can you talk about what raffle prize you won?
Oh, I haven't. No, sorry.
I'm apparently gonna need that fatal push because Richard.
Not even windmill slam. Pick the shirt.
Is it? Do you have various sizes? Then
As long as the size you want is large or less.
yes.
I have,
Does he look like a large
I have
person?
a small, 2 mediums, and 2 large.
I'll probably take the small.
Is that actually what you're picking, or just tell me your shirt size?
That's probably what I'm picking.
Okay, I'll let you finish your match then. I'll harass you later. I made Dream Team energy counters like a few months ago, and I don't know where I put them.
Yeah, I did not pick out your cards.
They're in here.
I like this one.
That's the best one.
This is the best token.
I think it's been on stream the most of all the tokens today.
I wonder why. Commentary?
No.
Can I put commentary on it?
Sure.
Me and Trev, best commentary.
You and Trev want to commentate on the top 4?
Yeah, the dynamic duo. Let's go.
Alright.
Play now.
So you get to look at them with fresh eyes.
He always uses pictures I don't like. Well, maybe you should put up some better pictures on Facebook, because that's what he uses. Either that, or just some random picture he has.
How many times are you gonna hit the
Keep
screen?
moving, Alright, this time I actually took out cards.
Did you not switch
Get on my side where I'm
The
like,
boldest.
huh, that's 13 cards.
Game with a 62 card deck. He needs lands. Oh, you were a little bit short on mana that game. That's why I was killing your thing. I was like, I want these negates for the ribbons, but like, he doesn't have lands. So we can negate his land. Apparently. It's a thing in your deck. Because your enchantment flips into a land. So I can negate your land.
And they could find me another challenge.
Yeah. See?
I am on Z Play.
Oh, these are mine.
I look at the rules. I know how to stop.
I don't know how brave I am, ladies.
You don't know how what?
How brave I am?
How brave you are? I don't know.
It didn't work out round 1.
Yeah. Game 1, yeah.
Like I wanted to because I had the long test cub and the harness lightning. Yeah. But like I had evolving wilds before. That was a Spire Bluff Canal. I'd have gone for it.
Yeah. I had one.
Because then all I need to do is draw a land in the Rogue Refiner draws any lands. It doesn't have to be specifically a blue one.
Yeah. Spire Bluff. Or
that's the only one I blue duel in my deck.
You don't, or the blue-green duel.
Well, that would have to replace the forest. The evolving wilds needed to be. Oh, yeah, because the evolving wilds was my red source, and so like it had a evolving wilds and a Titanic Sink, and that's fine too.
Oh, I can only spend 1 on that.
Did y'all finish, or this is game 3?
Game 3.
Mulligan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess I'll keep this.
I'll keep this. Scrap.
Yeah.
Mark.
Nerd.
Here you go.
Should have been the third attacker, right?
Tune.
Yeah, your biggest one at 3, so I was like, I'm gonna my one game literally.
I switched you to the overhead microphone. I think it's a little bit more sensitive, so it's probably going to pick up.
Do I should start yelling?
No, wait. If you just enunciate people.
No, it's you.
Cycle?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
she also has to say something. I'm going to say no.
3 of Seahorse.
Yeah,
Tune of
pick
Ether.
up a 3 Seahorse.
Energy and get a forest. I'll pass.
1 of Seahorse. 2 of Squid. 3 of Balls.
Nope. Okay. You get that, and you get that. Because it went to the last one.
Oh, it marked 3 strokes. I don't know what it is. And we can put more lords in. Oh yeah, by the way, if you buy down to 3, nothing special happens. If you buy this one, like if you buy the ones that there's 2 left, you get 2 turtles and the entire line of refreshes.
Or 7.
Alright, my turn.
Of course you go out 4. But you used to make grits, right?
He's the Einstein? Yep. And 2. Roadrunner?
Plastic silverware. I'm going to just play 4 rounds of 3 Seahorse. Keep this started. Everybody must take 2 pearls back to the treasure.
Like every game. No, like every game, regardless of that.
Yep.
No, I'm just saying, every game, regardless of that.
You're up. One. Because I don't think it applies to your opponent, right? Yeah.
So I feel like I guess I'll explore.
I can get you.
I'm trying to figure out what I want from last time.
She has one that I have, so. No.
I don't know.
I'll make 2 thumbs.
Says you.
Imagine that being in standard.
I'd actually be a lot more interested in the format.
3.
There's no like.
There's also no like
Sky Sovereign? Pass.
people players which command zone.
Yeah. I didn't take them all. I just took like a piece of the other.
Because of Kevin's students,
I forgot there was more points.
And then And it did.
so the reason we keep
There's more Glory Bringers in here than this card, but I see this card still winning. Probably because it's legendary, so like... like get this one, get the second one, not see any Glory Bringers. Just like, okay.
Because I mean, worst case scenario, I can always stride away. I mean, cycle away if I don't need it. Or Hazaret can just toss it to do 2.
Just have 61 card deck.
God, I'm good at this game.
Go ahead and through.
Yeah, first thing I was like, do I really have no cards? Yep, I did.
Chemistry.
Yeah. It's like, no, it threw me off though, because I was like, did I scout twice somehow?
This is if you choose not to, this goes down and the rewards for being a monster are what. And that doesn't reset at the end of your turn.
Oh, we've been.
Well, no, it's no, because I think
Let's
I'm
just go 2 in the air.
my second one. So you're right, it should be here. Because there was a third monster.
Want to?
I mean, it's Saturday though, but
Right now it's on the key. Okay. So, take the key. Take that.
Yeah, make it take.
This is good. Triple minutes. Land for turn. Gain energy for a green. Pedro. Get 3.
yeah. If that card ever gets not banned, Wizards is gonna be like, wait, what did we just do again? And then they're gonna do it the next day.
But hey, that's one tournament. You can do it.
No, they're literally gonna be like, wait, day 2. Seriously, we did that bonkers.
I talked
Just like Game Conversion. Day 2 over 50 cents.
Yeah. I think literally every.
I get 2 pairs.
It loots. It loots, man. Like, even red can play. It loots. It loots. It helps. I don't know. I was lying.
So I immediately get rid of these.
Comment?
I would immediately get one of these.
You can. Yes, you would get 1 stack of cards from the account.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pump this guy once. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 again. 4 energy. 8 for 10. Yep. Minor dice. Pass.
The lowest cost.
Heaven You can heaven for 1 and earth for 2 and you kill all these things and you just chump block that guy. What more do you need, dude? Did you say you need triple block? Hopefully it's 2 spells.
Yeah, it's actually.
You got it. They can grind.
So I can spend these 2
I'm a little bit sad about beating you because your deck is a lot more innovative than mine. So like I wanted you to win, but like on the other hand I want to win. I brought in another Glory Bringer because I was like, I think this is how we win this match. So we just go over the top and negate his ribbons. I always forget that when I play against the Threes, I'm supposed to give my hand out in a frowny face. Because he always does it.
Just in case you didn't know, I haven't been talking. Do I need to talk? Can you hear me? Is that better? I can. You're super quiet though, just to let you know. But I can kind of, if I'm not talking, I can hear you. What else? Yes, I can hear you right now. Do you want me to keep talking? Can you hear me on the stream? What? Yeah, what's up? I couldn't hear what you last said. What was that? Oh, awesome. Do you want me to start talking? Commentate? Cool. So right now it looks like we're playing Mardu Vehicles versus Ramen Up Red. Kind of the reason why we did this tournament was to kind of see if there were going to be any changes. We had some people testing out the dino like Naya dinosaurs. Plus we've got some Jeskai Aggro decks. A couple people playing. You'll see up here on the top right hand corner that says Croc O'Clock. Looks like that's a Jund counters deck with some of the Crocodile of the Crossing cards like that. But with us seeing Ramen Up Red and Mardu Vehicles, wondering if that's going to be kind of the new meta or an old meta for that matter. Right now it looks like we got some Soul Scar mages and that creatures that Flameblade Adept is what it looks like. That is the +1/+0 whenever you cycle or draw a card. On a Braid just came down hitting a Bomac, what looks to be, Flameblade Adept Menace. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, Flameblade gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Looks like we have a concession here out of some deck. Sorry, we're coming in a little late on this one. We're trying to figure out exactly who won this game. Again, in the top right-hand corner, we've got on the other table, we've got Croc O'Clock versus Teamer Energy. Again, we're seeing 3 of the same decks, but right now we've got Marine Vehicles and Ramen Up Red. Bringing in some couple cards. If we're looking at a stereotypical Ramen Up Red, both of these decks are about the same speed. Ramen Up Red's a little bit more consistent just because it plays a lot of consistent creatures that are kind of do the exact same thing with the Earthshaker and the 2/1, the 2/1 on bomb guy. Earthshaker Kinra and on Crop Elite are the 2 cards I'm thinking of. They're shuffling up. We don't really have a deck list right now, so it's kind of hard for us to figure out what cards you sideboard in. Obviously, the Ramen Up Red deck's gonna want a little bit more reach, whereas the Mardu Vehicles just is gonna want some ways to deal with more their creatures. And thanks for joining us. Sorry, it's been a little crazy with it, how our event's going. We're trying to get everything set up so that when we do our bigger events, we're actually going to be able to do streaming a little bit better. Okay. And they're shuffling up real quick right here. It looks like Mardu Vehicles did win over Andrew Yin playing Ramen Up Red. It looked to be like the 3/5 vehicle did really well during that game.
Someone, whatever they're saying is wrong. Look at me. Like verbatim. Whatever you're saying is wrong.
Hey, Travis, come commentate with me. Commentate with me. Yeah. You don't have to. Okay, that's fine. You should bring a chair. All right, looks like we have Travis Sims joining us here today. What deck did you play today?
Played Jeskai aggro.
So, what kind of cards that were added from Ixalan that you think are going to be good in the format?
There's that one white card, Adanto Vanguard, I think.
Yeah, the +2/+0 and indestructible one, or
yeah, the card
okay.
is so good. I mean, a couple times I had opponents just forget that I can make it indestructible, which is okay.
Yeah.
But just like always having the option, like it made combat easier. There were times where I could just like swing through stuff if I wanted.
Mm-hmm. And that 4 life isn't necessarily a big deal when you're playing that aggro kind of deck.
Yeah, and like the rest of the deck can make creatures with lifelink, so most of the time you just don't even care.
Yeah. So were there any other cards that you were testing out today, or any other old cards that you wanted that you thought would be good in this deck that you were trying out again?
I could maybe try some. I can't even remember the name of the card. The 3/2 with haste that exerts.
The On-Crop Elite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw somebody playing a similar deck that was running that, and it fared really well against it. We initially thought the curve was like, it would have made the curve too high, because we wanted to play a lot of 1 and 2 drops.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see maybe having a couple in there.
So, granted, you've only played, a couple rounds with this deck. What do you feel about the new Jace? Are you still playing him in the deck?
Yeah, we initially started with 3, and then we went down to 2. Once again, because of the whole curve thing.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of options. Like I think 2 is probably the number to play.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think the card's pretty solid.
All right, cool. So right now we're coming back here again. Mardu Vehicles is 1 over Ramanop Red. Last game looks like we've got Bomat Courier, Veteran Motorist, and a Aether Sphere Harvester in play. Currently for the Mardu Vehicles deck. On the other side, we've got a Earthshaker Kinra and P and Kier Nalar for Andrew Yin on Ramanop Red. The 1/1 Thopter here is really good off of P and Kier Nalar because it can make the Lifelinker not block, especially since it is kind of this matchup comes down a lot to who can just swing past each other faster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Looks like for Andrew Yin right here, we just have a couple mountains in hand. We couldn't really tell everything that he had. A good card for him to play right now would, like we just mentioned earlier, the On-Crop Elite or another Earthshaker Kinra, so that he can go Earthshaker Kinra, sack the Thopter to be able to make the 3/1 and the 3/5 not block. Oh, it looks like he also has a Sweltering Suns in hand right now. Sweltering Suns looks like that's what he's gonna cast right now. Sweltering Suns is gonna make it to where it pretty much kills everything on his opponent's board as well as everything on his board. Don't necessarily know what his plan is for a follow-up, but those cards, I mean, it does clean up everything for Mardu Vehicles, so if Mardu Vehicles doesn't have anything left left in his hand, that's going to be a pretty good move.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just thought his hand was better, and
I mean, he does have a Hazaret and an Earthshaker Kinra in his hand right now.
Yeah,
is what it looks like. So Hazaret, Earthshaker Kinra, and Mountain. So next turn, right now he's got 4 mana in play. Next turn he can go, land Hazaret, swing with Hazaret, untap. But it looks like he immediately came back with a Veteran Motorist and a Scrap Heap Scrounger. Again, Scrap Heap Scrounger can come back from the graveyard, which is really good, especially when at the moment there aren't any Magma Jets or Magma Jets in the Ramanop Reds deck. I mean, the Mardu Vehicle, the Scrapper can't block, so it's not going to really, stop Ramanop Red from being able to get through. Looks like he did draw another P and Kieran Nalar, so he's gonna P and LR, so he's gonna play that. So pretty much has the exact same board he did before, but this time he is going to be able to get through a little bit with a couple cards.
Yeah, so I mean that might make the Sultan Suns the turn before make a little more sense.
Yeah. Does looks like the Aether Sphere Harvester did end up using the energy to be able to gain lifelink, so he did get a little bit of life back. So it looks like, yeah. So he's swinging in with the Earthshaker. Kenra didn't need to make anything block. He's gonna untap. Again, he still just has a Hazoret in hand. We don't know anything about what he's got. He's gonna crew the Aether Sphere Harvester. See if he uses energy to give it lifelink. Okay, so he's gonna trade the Scrap Heap Scrounger in there, and he's gonna take 3, and life totals are gonna change a little bit.
What are life totals actually?
I can't actually tell right now, but it does look like it's 15 to 18 is what I can tell right now.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get in here with our judge on staff to see what life totals are.
Oh, is that the?
Fucked everything up.
Is that the Poet Planeswalker?
Is that the what?
The Poet Planeswalker? I forget the first name, but it's like.
Oh, the dragon one, or
the red white one that makes the dinosaurs.
Yeah. That's what it looks like right now. Let's see if we can get that on screen real quick.
Oh yeah.
Life totals currently are 20. Andrew Weho has 20 life, and Andrew Yen does have 10. And Marty Vehicles does look like it's favored in this matchup. But yeah, the Warrior Poet +2 gains life equal to the most power. Right now that's 3, so that's the uptick's really good, especially in this aggro matchup right here. But it does look like he used a 0 to make the 3/3 dinosaur. You'll see that we've got some pretty cool dinosaur tokens. That's me personally on the dinosaur token. Hey, I gotta call myself out.
That's cool.
Which one did you choose?
I got the 1/1 Thopter chosen for me.
Oh, chosen for you. You didn't get to pick. And then I mean the -X is actually really good, especially if sometimes these games do come to a grind, just because the creatures do match up really well against each other.
Yeah.
So his the -X ability to make everything not be able to block is pretty good. It looks like a Cut to Ribbons was just played to be able to kill the Earthshaker Kinra, which I believe that was the Earthshaker Kindra that was embalmed. So it's pretty good to be able to clear that up really well, especially with the ribbons being able to be played later. Right. Looks like he's gonna block here with the Thopter, so he doesn't take any damage from the 3/1. Toolcraft Exemplar was also just played. That's really good right now. It does only become at 2/1. It won't get the first strike yet either right now. But right now with just Earthshaker Kinra in play, looks like he's gonna play Hazoret. It looks like he tapped 2 additional mana.
That's like the go-to word for
Looks like he's gonna leave up Mountain and a Stampede Shock maybe.
basically a teenager on Call of Duty.
What?
I think he went to tap to go discard maybe, and they realized he didn't have the mana for it.
Yeah.
He was kind of holding that land up like he was pointing it at something.
I guess they hold more weight, but they represent.
I mean, right now he does have 9 damage in play. If there's any way that any way that we can get in a little bit of if he gets in with these, yeah, it only takes Andrew down to 1. Andrew's gonna block like that, clear up the board a little bit, and then with the Hazoret, maybe he can come back from this. But his life total is getting pretty low. With this attack, he goes down to 7. We does not have any more energy. He does take the cut. Looks like the cut for the last 7 life total. But otherwise, it looks like Weho's going to clear this game up. Is the other game right now? Okay, it looks like we're going to switch over to table 1. And again, table one, which is what we've got right now, is Teamer Energy versus Ramanat Red. We've got Brandon Taylor on Ramanat Red and Donovan Day on Teamer Energy. So again, we're kind of going back with our tried and true favorites for what the last format was. Let's see if there's have you seen any cards that they're playing new in these decks? Or I know Ramanat Red's probably playing some Lightning Strikes in there, but other than that, what have you seen any other changes to the decks?
Actually, I haven't. Most of the deck looks
looks pretty much the same.
What it did.
Do you think there's any creatures from the new set that might be able to break into the format, or break into either of these decks? I know some people were talking about with the Teamer Energy. Teamer Energy is obviously not losing a whole lot, is losing the Tireless Tracker. However, it did get the 4-mana 4/5 that draws you cards. Yeah, that card seems. Yeah, no, yeah, Riptide Raptor. Yeah, Riptide Raptor seems really good in this. Yeah, Ripjaw Raptor. That card seems really good in this deck as a replacement for Tireless Tracker. It comes down on essentially the same turn. You're never really playing Tireless Tracker on turn 3. Yeah, pretty much always going to be playing on turn 4. Just to be able to get it. Yeah, it is tough to deal with. I mean, this deck is, especially Teamer Energy. Teamer Energy's just as good as it was, because it really only lost like the 6-mana Chandra from Battle for Zendikar, the Chandra Caller of the Flame, I think is the name of the card.
Flame Caller?
Flame Caller, yeah. Flame Caller, Chandra Flame Caller. I think that's the only card that it really lost. And I think some versions weren't even running that card. And then it did lose the Tireless Tracker. But this Riptide Raptor, I think, is it doesn't take as much setup to get working, whereas the Tireless Tracker, you did have to play it, then you play the land. I mean, it wasn't that bad when you were also playing the Evolving Wilds to be able to get the extra bit of counters out of it. But right now it seems like it seems like pretty much everybody, a lot of people are kind of trying out the old decks, and the only real decks that we saw a little bit of earlier were Naya Dinosaurs, which everybody's been talking about.
I think that deck's gonna be so.
Yeah, I think the deck's gonna be good. Obviously, most of the versions people are playing today, we're gonna be as tuned, or aren't as tuned. So hopefully we can get some tuning done to those. There are a couple cards that, like we were saying, this Ripjaw Raptor plus the 7-mana 6-mana 7/6 that's uncounterable. That card's gonna be really good in the format. Dinosaurs do seem a little bit pushed here. They're shuffling up, and again, like I said, Donovan Day has 1 win over Ramanop Red with Teamer Energy. Let's see if we get mulligans. It looks like Donovan's mulliganing down to 6. Yeah, so he's down. Yeah, he's down to 6. He's gonna keep, or he's gonna look at it. Looks like he's gonna keep in Scry. Looks like that's in a braid. I think he's going to keep that on. This is game 3, so it's one win. Sorry for that. It is game 3. Teamer Energy does have 1 win, so does Ramanop Red. Teamer Energy is going to start off with the Forest. Ramanop Red's taking. Yeah, going to start off with a mountain, just like pretty much he might play a Bomat Courier. Looks like he is going to play a Bomat Courier. He's going to attack in, put a card under that.
Yeah, I feel like, especially here, the games where they get the Bomat Courier turn 1 and the games are completely
yeah. Trying to figure out what that card on the right hand side is of Donovan's hand right now. It looked to me like an Aether. Looks like he's going to use a braid here and clear up that Bomat Courier real quick. And so we'll see where it goes from here. He's going to follow it up with what looks to be a Soul Scar Mage. It looks like he did miss a land drop right here. And that's going to be immediately followed up with another braid into an attune with Aether. So we've already got the energy train rolling out here so that when he drops the Bristling Hydra, it's going to be pretty powerful.
100%.
That card seems really good. The format hasn't really changed. There hasn't been enough cards added for Bristling Hydra to change up how the format's. Or for any card to deal with Bristling Hydra, it's still just as hard to deal with it. The only card that we might see is maybe out of a Grixis deck or a black deck that's playing Doomfall. But Doomfall's been in the format for a little while, so we're still talking about older cards.
Yeah, I think
you're going to follow it up with Bristling Hydra. Like we said, that card's great.
Yeah. Like, just given the fact that people are
and he's gonna scoop it up here because he missed too many land drops, and you just can't beat Bristling Hydra, especially out of this Ramanop Red deck. The only way that's really going to be able to do it is by removal spell, untap removal spell, and with 1 mana you're not going to be able to do that. There isn't. The only real instant speed removal spell is going to be a braid. Again, which doesn't do enough damage. He just pumps it and then pumps it again. It does look like he did board it in. Does that look like he boarded in a braid? And what were the other 2 cards?
I do not recognize that artwork.
I don't recognize that artwork either. Let's see if our judge can bring that. Our on table judge can bring that card up. it looks like Hour of Promise, but I don't necessarily know why. Life goes on. Okay, so it's you gain 4, and if a creature dies, you gain 8, and it seems really good against any aggro deck, especially at 1 mana. Yeah. And I mean 4 damage. So sometimes these decks have trouble counting to 20. But let's see. It looks like we have. It'll be Donovan Day and WeHo going to our finals. We'll get our finals up here in just a second, and maybe we might be able to ask one of the other 2 players in here and see if since they're both probably in Ramanop Red, there's any changes they'd want to make to their deck. All right, guys. So the biggest sense of consensus that I had from the 2 Ramanop Red players is that they'd add the 3 mana 3/2 with Menace, and players can't gain life and deals 1 damage to each to players whenever they play a creature, which definitely seems really good right now. We might be able to get our judge to be able to pull up this card. Oh, looks like the card may not be found. Oh, nope, that's Furious Charge. That's not the name of the card we're looking for. That's a card from 5th Dawn. It's an interesting card. Be good in the format right now, especially putting it on any like pretty much any creature. Creature's gonna kill somebody real quick. So they're shuffling up again. We got Teamer Energy and Mardu Vehicles. At the moment, I believe Teamer Energy is favored just because it is able to get those creatures down real quick before they are going to do it up. It looks like he was looking up the name of a card so that we can get a clear name for what this card is. Yeah, Rampaging Ferocidon. That's a mouthful of a name, but it's 3 mana 3/3 with minutes and players can't gain life whenever another creature enters the battlefield. Rampaging Ferocidon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. This card seems really, really good. It's going to give you another one of those red hate rare damage dealers, kind of like Harsh Mentor and Eidolon of the Great Revel. This Rampaging Ferocidon seems like it's going to be really, really good in any kind of, especially against like any of like the. You might even see some modern play, but this card will definitely see some standard play, especially since like Menace on a 3/3 body and a 3 mana is really, really good, and it makes that card that he boarded in the Life Goes On not very, very, very good when that card's in play. Like I said, we've got Team Energy and Mardu Vehicles. I haven't seen these decks play against each other very often. We don't really watch, or I don't really watch Standard very often. Mostly a Modern Legacy guy. It looks like there we go. It's coming back. So it looks like Mardu Vehicles is going to be on the start. It's going to start off with a Bomat Courier. Bomat Courier is going to get in straight up to 19. Like we were just saying, whenever one of these kinds of decks has Bomat Courier real quick. Looks like we've got some really fast players here. Always appreciate those kind of players. He's going to start off. He's going to swing in with it again. See what he gets. Okay. He's going to follow up. Play that. Play the Hardikiran. Why not? Maybe next. Maybe you can follow it up with either one of the 1-power 3/1s or something that can crew it, and we can get in for 5 here real quick. He's going to start off. He's going to pass the turn. What he's going to do, he's going to wait, and he's going to be able to braid the Hardikiran after he gets crewed, so that he wastes a little bit of his mana. Looks like we're going to get one of these veteran motors. This will come down, be a 5/5. Come down, it'll crew the Hardikiran, make the Hardikiran become a 5/5. Looks like he saw 2 lands off of the Scry from Veteran Motorist. Definitely want to put both of those on bottom. He's going to follow it up with another Hardikiran or another Bomat Courier. It looks like we're going to get in with some really big damage right here. Coming in for 6. We've got Donovan's all the way down to 11. He's going to use Harness Lightning here, get 2 energy left. We'll see what he's got, what he has for a follow-up. Oh, looks like he's going to pass. I think this might spell a little bit of doom for Donovan, just because this deck really needs to hit its lands on curve. I mean, for what it is a mid-range deck. It can play pretty aggressive, and it can play pretty long. But at its heart, it is a mid-range deck. Looks like he's going to pay the 1 mana to be able to get that and get those cards to hand. Looks like what he had was not the cards that he wanted. Okay. So he's going to do that. So it looks like he picked up a Veteran Motorist was the first card that he picked up. The other cards we do not know yet. The only card that we could see was Veteran Motorist. Okay. So he came in for 10 because We did not have a follow-up play after the veteran motorist got killed. It's like there might be a little bit of confusion on what their life totals are. He's gonna pull up a Scrap Heap Scrounger. Scrap Heap Scrounger is real good about bringing back those Hardy Kierans. Long Tusk Cub, pretty good, especially when you can pump it real quick. That'll be able to clear up that Bowmat Courier, and that Bowmat Courier is not really going to be able to swing. Again, Long Tusk Cub, if you don't know what it does, gets 2 energy whenever it deals combat damage to a player. You can pay 2 energy to give it a +1/+1 counter. That's actually going to get cleaned up here real quick with that cut, and that's going to spell doom for Donovan. Donovan's going to concede, and we're going to go on to game 2. And so one of the cards that we might see from the Teamer Energy deck is it looks like he's probably going to bring in some Appetite for the Unnaturals. Appetite, again, a card from Kaladesh. We're seeing some good Kaladesh standards. Donovan looks to be bringing in 1 Abrade and 2 Appetite for the Unnaturals. Again, Abrade to be able to deal with some artifacts. Same thing with the Appetite for Unnaturals. Abrade is also nice. We is also bringing in 2 new red-white walkers. The Haluti Warrior Poet. It's a great card. In this matchup, Marty Vehicles might be forced to take it to go down or to go onto a more grindy pace. Just because if Donovan sets this up and he goes, turn 1 attune with Aether, turn 2 play the Mana Bear, turn 3 go directly into the Bristling Hydra. He's definitely, that's going to be a really, really hard line to play for the Marta Vehicles deck to follow up. Cool thing about this Warrior Poet card is the 0 does make a 3/3 green dinosaur and does crew every vehicle in his deck. Kind of gives him haste, and especially when it can be used, its minus ability, they do have trample. They're great cards. And the +2 again, Teamer Energy sometimes does play an aggro role in the matchup. It is a little bit more of a mid-range deck, but sometimes it can play aggro. It'll gain the +2 is going to be okay with it, as well as the -X. -X is going to be able to clear up some of those things or some of those creatures, as well as be able to make it so some of the bigger creatures can't block. It seems like it's going to be a great card for who does currently have a game up on Donovan Day. Looks like he's ready. Just shuffling up a little bit more for Wii. Give it a little bit of a fist bump to see who's going to win it to, start off this game. Since this might be Travis is not here anymore. It's just now down to Will. I think he thinks I'm walking on camera by myself. That's fine. Looks like we start off with an Evolving Wilds, get a Forest and a Concealed Courtyard on the Marta Vehicle side. Marta Vehicles did not have a turn 1 play. Sometimes, looks like he's going to play a turn 2 Scrap Heap Scrounger. Again, pretty good in this matchup. It's going to be able to come back through all of these removal. Donovan, go ahead and getting up on the energy train from that Harness Lightning. He's going to go 3 mana. He's going to play Whirler Virtuoso. Again, great card. This card's going to be able to block any of the Hardy Kieran, any of the Hardy Kieran attacks, as well as be able to get down this card because he's going to uptick right here. Donovan could use the some of the energy that he has to be able to go up. Oh, that's a Rogue Refiner. I apologize. There we go. There's the Whirler Virtuoso. He's gonna use this Whirler Virtuoso. And like I said, Whirler Virtuoso is very good against this thing. He can make 2 tokens right now, which means if that Gideon takes up to 5, that Gideon's going to go down to 1, and he's not going to. I don't think he's going to see this world for very long. Okay. It's like we thinking here a little bit. Looks like he's got a Concealed Courtyard of Plains and a Toolcraft Exemplar. I can't really see the rest of the cards in his hand. You're going to play Veteran Motorist, gets to scry, sees a Toolcraft Exemplar and a land. If from what I'm seeing in his hand, I'd definitely put the land on the bottom and maybe even the Toolcraft Exemplar. Looks like he's gonna put them both. He's gonna uptick. He's gonna put it on the Rogue Refiner. Yeah, he's gonna use both energy right here to make 2 Thopters, just like we were talking about earlier. I think those Thopters are gonna go into Gideon to be able to take that Gideon's loyalty down. Okay, we've got an Aether Hub, get some more energy in here. So we do have a Sovereign, Sky Sovereign. It's going to block the Whirler Virtuoso is going to get blocked by the Veteran Motorist, and it's going to come down. He's going to play Sky Sovereign down here. It's going to up that. Going to follow up with Fatal Push and promo Fatal Push at that to get that Rogue Refiner out of the way. Sky Sovereign does take a crew ability of 3, so he's got to follow this up with a creature power 3 or greater to be able to attack with this Sovereign. Okay, and we've got another Scrap Heap Scrounger on the battlefield, 1 in the graveyard. Looks like if he's got nothing to do with this mana this turn, he's probably going to be bringing that back off that Veteran Motorist. Got 2 mana. We're going to put a the Energy Bear, or whatever you want to call it, the Mana Dork. They're going to crew this Heart of Kieran. Heart of Kieran's probably going to come in and hit the 3/2. We've got 3 mana. It looks like he's unlicensed Disintegration, be able to get that Sky Sovereign before it attacks. He's going to take that 2 damage off of that. So, again, we've got 17 to 20 here. Nope, it's going to be 17 to 19. We've got that 1 damage in through the Thopter. Coming in with the 3/2 because it definitely can't block. It looks like he drew a Swamp for turn. Yep. Sometimes the smarter vehicles does have a lot of lands that it draws in. Sometimes that's okay when we follow it up with the Chandra. It's like this Chandra is probably going to uptick. He's going to reveal a land, deal 2 damage to Donovan Day. Looks like Donovan drew a land for turn. He's going to smork all of them at Chandra. Chandra's going to go down to 1. The only option that Chandra has right now is to be able to uptick and get the and deal the 2 damage to opponent. We've got a Whirler Virtuoso coming in here, getting a little more energy to be able to make 2 Thopters. He used his mana at the end of turn to be able to use Scrap Heap Scrounger's ability. Got an uptick, get in a License Disintegration. Looks like he's probably going to cast that, assuming on the Whirler Virtuoso. Get that 2 damage in, force him to use the energy now. He's got another 2 Thopters. Looks like he's down to 9 life. He's going to hit in. We've got down to. Looks like if both of these go through, he's going to put Donovan down to 3 life. Donovan's going to put both on 1 so that one of them, so that it dies. Force him to use the other creature in his graveyard. And right now, it doesn't look like he has any. Did follow it up with a Toolcraft Exemplar. These stopper tokens mopping up Chandra coming through. We have a Ronus coming down for the Teamer Energy deck. Ronus currently doesn't have it cannot block, but very easily can block by pumping up that that the mana bear, so that the mana bear can also block, and so can the Ronus. Looks like we have the God coming down. Donovan currently is doesn't look like he has any cards in hand. We should come down minus this, clear up that you can minus it for 3. Yeah, can minus it for 3 to be able to make it so both of those can't block, and he can swing into lethal right here, assuming that Donovan does not have a piece of removal in his hand. Currently, I believe he's got a mountain, and I do not know what the other card is. Okay, he's going to pay 3 mana. He's going to pump it. He's going to put a blocker on each one, make sure they both die. Yeah, it does look like we've got a monster right here. We've got a we using the ability to put a dinosaur into play. And that is a Glorybringer coming down. Glorybringer's going to come in, probably exert. Yep. He's Donovan with his signature white piece of paper that's just got exerted written on it, so he knows not to untap that next turn. Looks like we're both kind of in a top deck war, but Donovan does have a little bit of a board state. And Ronus is very, very hard for Mardu vehicles to use. A lot of them have been cutting some number of the declaration stone, and now that it's not in the format, it's going to be a lot harder for them to be able to deal with an active Ronus. Ronus is going to be able to come in right here. Going to be able to attack him for 5, and he's going to follow it up with another mana bear. Attack him for 5. He's checking the cards in his graveyard. Looks like he's going to be able to exile one Scrap Heap Scrounger so that he can attack with the Scrap Heap Scrounger next turn. If he pulls a Warrior Poet, he's not going to be able to. Can you bring up the Warrior Poet again? I want to look at that final ability again. It shows the damage this way that it can't block this turn. Okay. So looks like he blocked with the Conduit of Ruin. Oh no, that's with the Mana Bear. And we is thinking about the cards. Looks like Servant of the Conduit. I don't know why I said Conduit of Ruin. Again, I've been calling that Mana Bear today. I hope y'all are okay with that. Energy Bear? I don't have another bear name to say that. But Servant of the Conduit. Those cards have actually been really well. They do match up well versus the Mardu Vehicles deck. It pretty much trades with every card in their deck, other than the Flyers, which it doesn't block. And that's what we got Glorybringers for. It looks like we got another Warrior Poet coming down, or is that? Oh, that looks to be a Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista for 2. That Walking Ballista can clear up both of the tokens right now, as well as be able to block either the Ronus or the. We can block the Ronus. Got a life total of 12 right here. He just swings in with everything. Looks like he is going to exert the card. He's going to exert it to kill the Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista is going to have to clear it up. So we have 4/9 damage, and he's going to be able to pump twice to be able to swing in for lethal. Looks like we're going to be going to a game 3 right here. We're going to let them sideboard back up, and we will be right back.
Okay.
Is everything working?
Yeah, everything's working perfectly. I wish I just done this from the get-go, but I started like 30 minutes late anyway.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Do we want to stream the next Legacy? Two people are actually sitting here.
Yeah, we can stream whatever we want. Okay.
I was just saying, like,
We definitely can't even like remotely. It was always not like. Yeah.
I will let.
they're definitely.
Oh. Sorry, guys. It looks like I got a little bit distracted. It looks like we started off with a Bomat Courier into a Long Tusk Cub, followed up with a Fatal Push to get that Long Tusk Cub out of the way. Got these 3 check lands. Gonna pull in another Bomat Courier. Oh, what's up, Luis?
Hello.
Hey.
Commentate with him.
Yeah, that's the hope. So again, we've got Marty Vehicles and Teamer Energy. Bomat Couriers. Looks like he just played a Attuned with Aether, I think. No, Long Tusk Cub and Evolving Wilds. Evolving for Wilds for that. He's going to use a Harness Lightning on this big one. Force him to use it now.
Yes. Getting rid of those cards early on is very useful. If they dump their hand and then just refill with that, it's
It does look like that is what he ended up doing, and he discarded a land and a Cut to Ribbons. That looks like that Cut to Ribbons is gonna be pretty good later on, especially because sometimes Teamer Energy is gonna end up stabilizing at a relatively low life total.
That ribbon helps out finish the game.
So you played Croc Clock? Was the deck you played?
No, I showed Matt one card and he was like, "That's what the name's called. That's what the deck is called."
Yeah.
But no, it was Jund -1/-1 counters. A lot of synergy with Hepatra and Nest of Scarabs.
So how much? So you're trying out any of the new cards in the format, or are they mostly just older Eldritch Moon's cards that are older Kaladesh, Aetherval, Amonkhet cards that are getting better just because of the powerful cards out of Kaladesh out of the older sets, Eldritch Moon, Shadows over Innistrad, and Battle for Zendikar, Oath to the Gatewatch. Some of those cards getting rotated out of the format.
Yeah, it's mostly because of the rotations happening.
Okay.
Main board, I only run very many new cards. I have 2 of the green enchantment that flips into the pseudo Gaia's Cradle. And
how did that card perform for you today?
It did really well when I only run it as the 2 of, but
Okay.
it did really well. It flipped on the turn that I played it most of the time. And
Wow, when does its trigger is 4 creatures,
Yes.
correct? And it triggers at the end step?
Yes.
Okay. Seems good.
Yeah. I usually have Nest of Scarab, Hepatra, and then all the tokens that they dump out make it really easy. And then I myself run Cut to Ribbons, and I just ribbons people to death.
Well, that seems really good. Looks like, again, we've got Marta Vehicle and Teamer Energy. Like we said, tried and true. Looks like we do have a Walking Ballista 2 getting in. And Teamer Energy has 4 energy currently. Yeah, Donovan has been hurting for his 4th land, but luckily he did get the Attune this turn to be able to play it.
He's got a couple of Hydras in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once he starts slamming down these Hydras, it might get there. Yeah. The Scrap Heap Scrounger. Life totals are 9 and 20. And again, that ribbons in the graveyard is gonna come down and hurt a lot. It looks like it's gonna be a braid.
Yeah.
That's not a braid. Hessian Zombies. Great card. Yeah, so we've got a braid. We've got a life total down at 4. And unless Teamer Energy has a way, I do believe Cut is lethal. Am I correct? Black X?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's lethal essentially.
Yeah, it's
The
lethal
ballista,
essentially. So we've got
he
Black
doesn't even need
X.
to attack.
So it does look like Ribbons is gonna stop this game right here. And he is gonna cycle that land. Where's these life goes on? We saw boarded in the mono red matchup earlier.
Appetite for Natural is going to gain him a little bit of life.
Yep.
But like I said, I don't think it's going to matter because the
6, take 2.
yeah, he's going to go to 6,
4.
take 2, back down to 4, and the ribbons in the graveyard is still lethal.
Ribbons will do 3.
Looks like he is tapping out right now. It looks like he's going to cast Unlicensed Disintegration. He's going to use Unlicensed Disintegration, get it back in the graveyard so that he doesn't gain life. He can use the 2, goes down to 2, and then pings him. Didn't even have to use the cut to ribbons in his graveyard.
Maybe he forgot about it.
Yeah, maybe he forgot about it. Looks like he extended a thing. So it looks like Marta Vehicles and WeHo did end up taking down our tournament. So he's getting this Ixalan Premier Championship little plaque so that he can take it home and put it on his wall. And with this one right here, he is going to get a full paid entry to the SCG IQ in on September 30th, or not SCG IQ, the SCG Open on September 30th in Dallas. Again, we are Boardwalk. We are MTG #DreamTeam. Thank you for no hashtag. Sorry, MTG Dream Team. We've changed our name a couple times. We appreciate you coming out here. We'll get a couple of these guys in here in just a bit so that we can ask them a couple questions about their deck to see what they've done. Looks like, however, our picture is garbage. Oh, that's just a big picture of my forehead. Let's go. All right, so so like we were talking about, do you want to kind of tell them what your deck's based around Batra, and the only new card is the green card that turns into the Gaia's Cradle?
Yeah. Main board. Well, there's also lands, but main board that's pretty much it.
Okay. I mean, we've got to play that. We all have to play the new lands because those lands are pretty good for the format.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great reprint. So you said you had some changes in your sideboard?
Yeah. Just depending on the matchup, essentially. I have the Sorcerer Spyglass. Just very versatile in hitting the lands like Raman Up Red, the desert that they run.
Yeah, Raman Up Ruins.
Raman Up Ruins. Any Planeswalkers.
Oh. Okay, first off, before this guy leaves, this is Dylan Matthew Barca. He's the person who made this work today. Say hey.
Howdy.
Thank him. And then let's get in here. So one last question. So you said Sorcerer Spyglasses, were there any other cards? Yeah.
The Flash Vampire.
The Flash Vampire?
Yeah, it gets +1/+1 counter for any creatures that died this turn. Number of creatures that died this turn.
Wow.
So essentially, if I get to flood the board and they board wipe, let it go, flash it in, it's a big dude.
Yeah, and then you smirk him and die, hopefully, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank you for coming out, and we're gonna try to get these other guys in and ask them a little bit of questions about their deck. Again, this was Elise. Thank you for doing it. And again, he played Crockett Clock today. All right, so
it's 2 crocodiles.
What's the name of the deck then? Jun Hapatra. Jun minus 1 counters. It's Crockett Clock, and he can. That's what we're calling it now. Hey, come here. All right. So we won the event tonight. Again, you played. What did you play?
Marta Vehicles.
You played Marta Vehicles. Tried and true Marta Vehicles. What new cards are you playing?
Watley.
Watley?
The new Planeswalker.
Oh, that is how you say that word. I did not know that's how you say that word.
I'm assuming that's how you say it.
Maybe, I have no idea. It's the dinosaur Planeswalker.
Yes. Naya Walker.
Yeah. So what made you decide to play that card? What ability on the card, or do you just like all the abilities, or you just want to make dinosaurs?
I want to make dinosaurs.
So why did you play? What made you choose to play Marta Vehicles over like an actual dinosaur?
I've played Marta Vehicles for a year.
Okay, so you're just gonna keep it around
with what I know.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. That's a great way to actually do the format. So not to say anything, but so did you ever use the minus ability on that card?
I forgot about it.
You forgot
I forgot it exists.
So I was mainly wondering if there was a reason why that you would because I think there was a time that you might have missed lethal. I mean, it still didn't matter because you did minus to be able to make this stuff.
Yeah, Donovan pointed it out to me after the fact.
All right. I mean, that's the time to figure it out. And we're all trying to, like we were saying, today was mainly about us trying to be able to figure out a new deck. He's trying to get you in this picture. So it's trying to figure out a new deck, trying to get you, test out some new stuff, see what we need to kind of prepare for the event. So is Marty Vehicles what you think you're going to be taking to the SCG Open? Probably. Okay. Are there any other cards that you think you need to run or need to try to run?
Yeah. Right now, I figured I'm mostly messing with numbers.
What do you What do you want me to do?
I was gonna tilt the camera a little bit.
Oh, so that
Like that, I think.
just messing everything up.
Yeah, dude.
All right, there we go. We'll get our camera situation figured out for next time. Again, we were testing out tonight, and we wanted to test out some new decks.
Super Frankenstein, right?
Yeah, Super Frankenstein. We're going over here over the Google Voice, and that is why we've got some crazy stuff. So, anything else you wanted to add, or anything else you want to try, or anything?
Like I said, I was just messing with numbers. There's a lot of 2-ofs. I'm trying to find out what works. I'm keeping notes of, I like it when I see this card.
Yeah.
This card is not very helpful very often. So.
Was there any cards in the deck that you looked at or that didn't seem to perform as well as you had hoped, or are? So I know you're not able to play Thraben Inspector. So is
Bomat. Bomat seems to be a acceptable replacement.
Okay, Bomat seems, and we've seen that out of some of the Marty Vehicles decks already trying to do that, as well as the Ramanop Red decks doing that as well. So do you still think Toolcraft Exemplar is going to be good when it doesn't have the follow up of turn 1 Toolcraft, turn 2 play Thraben Inspector, be able to get the +3 or +2/+0?
Like I still have Bomat, I still have Scrap Heaps, I still have Harder Hearing.
So even with the artifact, even if with those sets with the Thraben Inspector and Shadows of Innistrad going out, you don't think you're going to lose that many cards to just to activate some of those abilities?
Yeah. Thraben was a hit, not the worst. The biggest was losing Gideon Ally.
Oh yeah. Card. So I saw that you were working on Gideon of the Trials. Is that an acceptable replacement, or?
It's okay. Right now he's 3 in the main, and Watley is 2 in the side.
Okay.
That might be swapped. Numbers might be adjusted.
Okay.
I really like Watley. The unblockable part, if I ever remember to use it.
I mean, that just takes time. This is like the first time you've actually played with that. Once we actually have it on the 29th, it'll be. It'll be something you probably won't forget what you got in front of you.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I feel like I over prepped for control.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I gotta use maybe half my sideboard.
Oh yeah. So did you fear that more people were going to be playing control, or was it just the meta around here on what you think people were playing?
Oh no, it's just I hate losing against control.
No, that's definitely understandable.
And I still feel I can go toe to toe with some of the more aggressive decks.
We did see you beat well, we did see you beat Teamer, but we also saw you beat Ramanop Red in the semifinals. And do you feel like the Ramanop Red deck is still just as powerful? It didn't really lose all that many cards.
Yeah, granted my opponents were a bit unlucky, but since I've been playing Marty Vehicle for a year, I have a fair bit of practice against a lot of matchups.
Yeah.
So I know where to kill and where to hold back.
Okay. All right.
Well, I like to think so.
Oh, he's typing something. I don't know if y'all can actually see that. But this is Weho, who is our Ixalan Standard Premier Champion. And so good luck at the SCG Open. We'll definitely see you there. Right after this, we're going to ask Donovan Day to come in here and see if we can talk to him about any of the changes that he wants to make to Teamer Energy. Donovan, what you looking for?
Forks.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got to get forks here for somebody real quick. Give us just 1 second.
Thank you.
Yep. Donovan, come answer some questions. What? We're getting Donovan in here in just a second. Weho didn't get second place. Maybe we sit here waiting for you. Yeah, we're getting Donovan in here in just a second. All right, Donovan. So you played Teamer Energy in the event today, correct?
Yes.
All right. So what were some of the matchups you played against?
Marty Vehicles twice.
You also played Robin Up Red in the semifinals.
Ramen Up Red. I played against Luis's Gen deck.
That was Croc Clock for anybody wondering.
Against the deck has 4 Crocodile Crossings in it.
Okay.
It was the deck Nate was playing, the red green -1/-1 counters deck. And then I played against one more round somewhere.
Okay, well, well. I mean, obviously, if that deck may not be good enough, if you don't remember it. So first off, what were the changes that you made to Teamer Energy involving the new set?
There were none.
There, you made no changes. You just played Teamer Energy from the old set. Were there any cards that you think you should run, or any cards that underperformed today that you think you should run in the future?
Probably want something different than Life Goes On for the Ramen Red deck. I tried that out. It wasn't good.
Okay. So
there may be something in the new set
that you haven't seen yet. Well, then, is there any? That's pretty much all the questions I have for you, because I mainly wanted to talk about Ixalan, since Ixalan is the standard that they are going to be playing in. Are you actually going to be playing in the Open?
I'll probably play the same deck.
Okay, you're going to play Teamer Energy as well?
Might grab some Rootbound Crags or something that I don't have right now.
Yeah. Did you see were there any like major mistakes you made or anything like that today? Or I know that game 5 that you were playing, you kind of ran light on lands. You were kind of choked with 4 and 5 drops. You went your fourth land a couple turns in a row.
Yeah. I think that was just unfortunate circumstance because I'm running 23 lands and 4 Tune of Ethers, 4 Servant of the Conduits.
Yeah.
And I could have sided some of those 5 and 4 drops out because they're slower in the matchup, but they're the cards that will win me the game if I get them into play.
Yeah. And I definitely don't think you want to board out Bristling Hydra. That card's just going to win you the game if that card lands, just because Teamer or Ramen Up Red and Marta Vehicles just can't deal with that card.
Yeah. If it gets
especially
to play,
if you've got like 6 or 8 energy or whatever.
It's like the Glory Bringers, the Sky Sovereigns, they kill their creatures, they attack at the same time, which is basically just as good as blocking and then also getting to deal the damage. And then the Bristling Hydra and the Ronis are my other big creatures. And I sided out the Hazoret there because it is a 4-drop, and I can't always attack or block though, and is gonna not do work as a removal.
So in that matchup specifically, do you feel like the aggressor or more of the kind of the control player in that?
I feel like I'm the control player because I've got to keep them from killing me till I can get a Hydra or Sky Sovereign in play.
Yeah. So he did have he didn't use it to kill you, but he did have a cut in his graveyard or ribbons in his graveyard. Did you have any kind of plans for that, or were you just
hopefully
forgot about it? Which the Walking Ballista did get through, and the not being able to gain life off of
he could have just pumped the Ballista and it would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for coming out, and good luck at the SCG Open. Again, this is William Buck with MTG #DreamTeam. I hope y'all all have fun with your new Ixalan decks that you're going to be trying out. Other than that, we're going to be signing off.